Alright guys, I'm going to try to show y'all how to do a polish job on an AK trigger and hammer. I'm going to show y'all what y'all will need. First thing first, you got to get it out of the receiver. So what you do is you take your selector, swing it up, pull it out. Alright, there's your hammer. Now I don't use the shepherd's crook, shepherd's hook. More of a fan of these retaining plates, just a personal preference. Let's get something here to get it out. There's your retaining plate. Alright, and once you have the retaining plate out, just take something, trigger pin. And the hammer is going to be the one you want to hold, make sure to hold, because it's got the tension on it from the spring. There's your hammer. There's trigger. Now, this isn't an AK-47 or 74. This is a Saiga 12 shotgun, but it's virtually an AK variant that is just shoots shotgun shells, which I love it. Anyways, alright. I know when some people think about polishing, they think about the little fabric cloths and the polishing solvent and all that kind of crap. Alright. This is what I use. This is a Dremel. It's actually one of the cheaper kits, and it's the only one of the kits that I know of that actually come with that particular wheel. Let me get my Dremel box. Alright, this is the kit. And that right there is the wheel. Sorry, I got a kind of a shitty camera stand. Alright. This one right here, 425, which is for grinding and polishing. Right? Or cleaning and polishing. I'm sorry. Anyways, I've been to every Home Depot and Lowe's in the general area. None of them sell that particular wheel individually. I looked it up online, and Home Depot, Ace hardware stores supposedly carry it. I haven't made it out to venture to one of those yet. But if you want to really make your trigger on your AK variant rifle, shotgun, whatever it is you may have, if you really want to make it smooth and crisp, I highly recommend doing this. I'm not a gunsmith by any means. I mean, I've fixed a few guns for friends, and I do enjoy doing it a lot. But anyways, okay, on your hammer, you want to smooth this out. This is the actual striking surface that hits your firing pin. Just smooth it out when your bolt's going back, when your bolt carrier is going back and forth. It's what pushes it back, cocks it. It just helps for less friction on everything, nice smooth, almost mirror surface. So I do apologize for my camera's resolution. My better camera is being borrowed at the time, so just make do with me. Another surface that you want to polish, depending on if you have a single or double hook, which this was a double, but I sliced one of my hooks off, you know, just something I felt like doing. Anyways, this is how it sits in the gun, okay? See right there where that hook is on the trigger? You know, that's when you pull the trigger, it lets go, lets this slap up. You also want to polish the let me get a better angle here. This under surface right here, you want to try to polish that as best as you can. If you can get a mirror image, do take note. Try not to take off too much material. It may screw up the action of your gun, and if you're well with gun laws, and you know that, you know, if your rifle, shotgun, firearm period, you know, lets off more than one round per trigger pull, you can be in a serious world of trouble if the wrong authority figures are around. Anyways, polish that area right there. And then, depending on if you have a single or double hook style trigger, you want to polish these surfaces right here and right here, which I didn't do that one because I'm only using a single hook setup. But anyways, since I've done this, I've had several compliments where I go down shooting that, you know, I have a extremely smooth trigger on AK variant setup. So, and this is just a regular, you know, Tapco USA G2 style trigger and hammer. So, if you really want to improve the trigger pull on your AK, I'm trying to work out a way now. You know, AK variants usually have kind of a long trigger pull compared to what I'm usually, you know, to my preference. You know, I could like it a little bit shorter. I know there's a company out there, it's called Red Star Arms, that makes an adjustable trigger and hammer set. But, you know, hell, I'd like to be able to figure out a way that, you know, just drop something in and it might eat up some of that trigger pull. But, you know, yes, this isn't the most prettiest job in the world, but it did what I needed to, and everyone else seems to like it that gets their hands on my gun, so. Well, time to put it back together. Oh, man. Alright, I don't know how many of people out there have taken apart this trigger group, but the easiest way to get this booger back in there is, let me lay that down. Now, I've had this thing crack back and put an extra hole in my finger. What you want to do is you want to flex that spring back around, hook it up. Oop, that's what I'm talking about. It'll try to get you. Take the other one, loop it around. And I've seen other videos with guys doing this too, and other guys will involve like a twisty tie. See, this is where I get a little nervous, because that thing will crack back on you, and God forbid it hit a cuticle. But pretty much what you want to do now, whoops, take it, spin it, drop it in, get your other pin, come on, line up for me. There we go. Alright, got that back in. And we can just take it. Give me something. Alright, that's in. That's in. Make sure those pins are both flush and fully inserted before you reinsert your shepherd's hook or retaining plate, what I like to use. I have another AK that still has the shepherd's hook in it, and it's always just a pain in the ass, at least for me it is. But it's all about personal preference. I will say this, as far as the retaining plates go, do not waste your money on Capco, like I like to call them, Crapco. They make a few good products. I do not have that pin fully inserted. Come on now. There it goes. I had the Tapco retaining plate in my AK-47 variant, which is currently being worked on due to some head spacing issues and it just being made by a poor manufacturer. But anyways, the Tapco retaining plate started to deform and moved out of position on its own. So this retaining plate was made by Krebs Custom, which I've been very satisfied with. Now, just do a little systems check. Make sure your disconnector catches. You know, and I don't have one of those little scales to weigh, you know, see how much trigger pull you got, but I imagine mine, it's definitely a hell of a lot better than factory. So if you want to make your AK trigger nice without spinning an arm and a leg, that is if you already have a Dremel kit, just look up that wheel and you will probably be very satisfied with the outcome. Yet again, this is my Saiga 12. Got curious years ago. You know, I've had several pumps. You know, trick them out, do all kinds of stuff. Just never satisfied. And I topped in, you know, magazine-fed shotguns, and this is one. You know, of course, pulls back the AA-12, and you know, but as far as, you know, civilians can buy, this is probably one of the better ones out there. See, it doesn't take nothing to set that trigger off. I'm very happy with it. So, anyways, that's my video for doing a trigger job on any AK variant. Thank you.